most respectfully invite Dr. Malini Dutta to deliver your keynote speeches on teachers' role for 21st century skills and KSAM, and the role of principal for 21st century skills and KSAM.
So with the time constraint, we are given a timer to make it quick. So we will see that how we are making it quick. Here standing, getting privileged, Dr. Malini Dutta. I have completed my double PhD and D.Lit from the California University. Whatever, I know there is a time constraint. I will be reading out my talk. There is no presentation so that you can all concentrate what I am reading. And those informations you can always get with the ResearchGate websites and in the websites of California University, websites of Indian UGC, and I'm having the highest publications where you can go and take these ideas, and these research papers are graded as A1. So the whole purpose of education is, thank you so much, my dear August gathering. I have represented India 7 times in the UN, talking about education and taking this education ahead. So what is education? The whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into the windows. And who is going to make this? It is you, my dear teachers, who are going to turn these mirrors into windows. And always remember, you are, whenever you enter the class, take that the power that you are the creator of all the professions that do exist in this world. Whether a student is becoming a scientist, a teacher, a philosopher, a doctor, an engineer, you are the creator. So you should see that positivity in you, and you have to transform that positivity to the students. And teachers open the door, but you must enter by yourself first. So very good afternoon and a blessing day to all of you. Thank you for this opportunity, but yes, little disappointed because the time crunch is there and I cannot go with the things that I had carried, the ideas which we have been submitting into various places. So quickly we will just go into the things where I think you should understand the challenges, and you should take those challenges on your stride and make it happen for the students, because these students are the global citizens and those who are going to create the world into a small hub. So every time, enter the class, my dear teachers, not to complete the syllabus. Enter the class to teach them. Because whatever you will be delivering, it will be received by the young heart and souls that are embedded in your classrooms. So do take each soul, each heart with as importance as the entire universe. Every child represents the universe in him and herself. So do not underestimate your power, and do not underestimate what the child is having within himself and herself. Well, my topic is not regarding what she told about the assessment or the other things. My topic is education for sustainable development. And when I'm talking about education of sustainable development, many things are there in the Google and many things are there in the report. Everything is very superficial unless and until you grab it, you grasp it, and you implement it. So we will see that what is the definition. I will just take an overview of that. Again, the time crunch. But yes, it started. It is not a current topic. It is not a current third process as well. It started in 1987, where the United Nations at the Brundtland Commission defined sustainability as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And the education for sustainable development is an appropriate educational program to educate people from an early age to reduce human dependence on nature and social environments. And the ESD educates the people to participate, be active, and have knowledge, not about only your own self or what you are going to be in the career or in the profession, but you have to be in that knowledge of nature, equality, and social justice. Thereby, ESD can enhance consciousness and from human behavior. That is what we are all looking forward. Once we can rectify this human behavior and complete the sustainability, you will find there will be no more Russia, you will not find any more Ukraines, neither you will find any more hegemonies in this world. So this hegemony creation, we have to see that how we are going to bring to an end. And this hegemony can come to an end only with the education for sustainability development. Now, the meaning all of you have understood. The important is how we are going to implement that and how we are going to make it happen. The term education for sustainable development, it contains two parts. The first, it is talking about the education and the World Commission on UNESCO. It defines it as the development that meets the need of the present, as we have told that we have to continue it in the future. Now we have to understand that these characteristic features are very important for not only us to understand, but to the students to understand so that the current flows in, the wave goes on. And it is based on the principles and values that underlie and deals with the well-being of all the three realms. We will be not only talking about the environment, but we will be talking here about all the three realms, that is environment, society, and economy, promoting lifelong learnings. And this lifelong learnings is not the department of subjects. It is the department of the teachers. Maths teacher getting a substitution class with an English period can always see and make the utilization of time, if not teaching maths, but giving a lesson in English. The teacher should come up with taking that accountability that whatever time they are spending with these children, they are inculcating or giving some kind of knowledge and enlightenment to each child. Because the time once spent is not going to come back again ever. So you need to see that whatever time you are there with the students, you are going to make the maximum utilization of it. Take use of the time with your subject matter expertization. Now, when we talk about the new vision for education, there are many initiatives illustrate that the international community now strongly believes that we need to foster through education the values, the behavior, and the lifestyle required a sustainable future. Education for sustainable development has come to be seen as a process of learning how to make decisions and consider the long-term future of the two E's, economy and ecology. If the economy and ecology are taken care of, then the world will be a peaceful place to stay in and survive. Now it has become a struggle, survival of the fittest. Today there are almost 140 developing countries in the world seeking ways of meeting their development needs, but with the increasing threat of climate change, concrete efforts must be made to ensure development today does not negatively affect future generations. What it does, it empowers learners of all ages to make informed decisions and take individual and collective action to change society and care for planet Earth. So I will not go for my research paper here. Rather, since I'm addressing to the teachers, let me just tell about what you all are going to take care of, the few things, the challenges that you will be getting on this pathway and how you are going to take it off. the learning outcomes, creating change makers rather than passive consumers. If you can just give importance and attention to these words, you can understand what is the difference till date, what you are doing in the class, and with an apprehension of this knowledge gain, what you will be doing in the class from tomorrow. So when we are talking about passive consumers, this ambition requires different learning outcomes compared to more traditional education. A huge body of literature exists around what learning outcomes education for sustainable development strives for. Please look out into those subject arenas where your topics, your subjects can be selected and can be taken forward and ahead. Secondly, the systems thinking. Sustainability education empowers the students to shape the world, and that is the reason why we have made it, and the goal of attaining it is at 2030. So systems thinking, it says that it gives students a lens to look at the world in all its complexity, messiness, and uncertainty. For example, when studying energy production from a systems perspective, then students would identify things like the system actors, dynamics, leverage points, thresholds, or feedback loops. So you can check out many books. There is a book written by Daniel Spanner, page number 125, line number 4th, and in the second column. He gives a beautiful definition about it. And these are the must books in the school library, where the teacher can go through these books whenever they feel they get the time and have the interest to change the entire definition of being a teacher for a student. Next is your anticipatory thinking. This anticipatory thinking, this anticipation, first should be with you. Then only you can give it to the students. So this anticipation thinking should start from day one. And anticipation is always a point that can give you an added advantage to understand and go deep, dive into the requisitions of your class, of your subject, of your students. Next is your normative competence. When we are talking about normative competence, we are talking about the students learning to define for themselves. Your teaching should see that you are not defining your own potentials. You are trying to give a definition, a peripheral background, and a peripheral outline for the student, for his dreams, for his wishes, and for his career aspirations. All the ethos and pathos should get reflected in that. To achieve this, students learn about topics including all that is there in the crisis multi-criteria assessment or intergenerational equity. This enables them to, among others, argue to what extent products, companies, goals, or systems contribute to sustainability or not. And that is the reason you can always see that fair and lovely cream has become only lovely cream, because no cream can make fair ever to any complexion. So this has become, I don't know whether you all are aware or not, this company was sued by a student of English origin, but in India, and they had made a petition in the High Court claiming, and the Fair and Lovely company, Procter & Gamble, had to pay them. That I should not say publicly, but yes, that's the reason why we have to give a small example where you have to teach the students, hold their hands and get them to see the window through which they can speak about reality of logical thinking and scientific reasoning. And the next is your strategic competence. I know I'm running fast because of the time crunch, but if you all, my dear teachers, take this only the outliners into your day-to-day curriculum of teaching, you will see that amazing change, not even in 21 days. We say that if we inculcate a habit in 21 days, it becomes a phenomena. You will not see it, you don't have to wait for 21 days. It will change in 7 days. So the strategic competence, sustainability education teach your students how to get things done. Because when we see every child in your class is different, look to your own fingers in the hand. They all are of different size, shape, capacity, efficiency, and effectiveness. And with the absence of even one finger, your entire palm is incomplete. So we have to see how to get the things done rather than asking the child or questioning the child why the things were not done. When everybody could do it in the class, what made you stop? Or why you were not able to do that? So we have to see this is why they need to learn how to, among others, design sustainability projects. Please do not go by the projects which are being done years long. 20 years back also the students were doing and creating the solar system, and now also you give the project of the solar system to the students. Bring some innovativeness, ask them to create a system, a galaxy where they can make you all understand that how they survive. So navigate the complexities, that is very important, of multi-stakeholder processes, overcome the resistance and the deal with criticism. We should encourage criticism. We should encourage more of criticism, better the learning is. Always do not be happy when you ask in the class, any doubts? And no hands are raised. That we saw in this room also today, right? When Miss Annie told somebody to interact, no hands were raised. So do not make that habit in the class. That kills. You are killing the child. Or continue to reflect on the monitor change processes. We have to monitor each and every child, that in what direction they are moving and whether the direction is according to their own willing or you are dragging them. So dragging as an aspect should be dropped out. Interpersonal competence. And after the strategic competence, this interpersonal competence has been very rightfully told, and it was given by Chris Effort. I hope this name is wide and vibrant in the name of education, in the world of education, where he has written the book, Education for Child Psychology. Here also I can give you the page number, page 195, second paragraph, sixth line. You will get the definition and the meaning of it. That is how, my dear teachers, you need to be equipped how to handle this life wires in your classes. And in this interpersonal competence, the role of education for sustainable development is to achieve that students can think. Please do not create any criteria. Keep your lesson plans for yourself, not for the students. The lesson plans, the activities, the dates, whatever it is, it should be for the teachers, not for the students. And the education for sustainable development brings you 4 things that you need to ponder about and bring about the instant changes. And these instant changes brings with the systems thinking, education between the environment, economic and social and political system, where the amalgamation of all these core elements is important and a must. System thinking after that, envision a better future. When we give them a vision to their eyes, please give a dream, a vision to the eye of every child and see that how they are making it happen and making it possible. You just be a facilitator and they will achieve it. Next is critical thinking and reflection. I spoke about critical thinking, but the reflection should be there. If the reflection is not there, nothing is going to help. Neither the teacher, nor the class, nor the students. The students will stop immediately. Okay, again she will ask any doubts, and again the teacher will, okay, I will come to the staff room, or I will take it in the loop session, or we will do that in the revision class, and the child will not get a reply. So the child will definitely succumb to this circumstances and will close himself into the cell of not asking. So do not do that. Let the reflections always be catered. Next is participation. We always have teachers' pet in the class, so this participation should be an open forum for the students where we should make it conducive enough that every child will feel free to reach you and to approach you. Do not create any kind of barriers between you and the students. Do this. There is a magical change you will see. We don't have time, or else I would have given you ample examples to show that today I am, for the last 13 years, the secretary to the International Students Forum. Talk about an university, I will give you my students. So that is that love, that is that affection that you will be getting. It is not that love and affection, that is what you have created, that is what you have given to the students, a window to look through, a window to dream, a window to desire, and a window to make it happen. And finally, it will be the partnerships for change. And when we are talking about the partnerships of change, we are talking about everyone. We are talking about all the stakeholders. We are talking about, so, I should rather say a thank you here rather than taking it out, because there doesn't make any sense while you are making a submission of paper and you don't have enough time to complete that. I think I should stop it here. Nice meeting you. Thank you for this opportunity. Lead School, Chairman sir, thank you so much. But I think there are certain, with this, I can give a little understanding to the organizers, those who can make the program little better, because traveling from India, making the research paper, and talking about the time crunch doesn't make sense. Thank you so much.